Right here on County Road, there is a forgotten cemetery named Edgewood Memorial. Forgotten for over 50 years. And you're about to see what it takes to get to this forgotten cemetery. Here we go, off of County Road. Let's just try to go back here. Thick vines. This is it. See any other grave markers?
Is that a grave marker?
There we are. Oh. A forgotten cemetery right here in Chesapeake, Virginia. We're in, man, I'm out of breath. It took a long ways to get here. Memorial Day. It's this coming weekend, and Memorial Day, some people just think of Memorial Day as a holiday, the start of summer. But Memorial Day began after the Civil War, when people remembered the soldiers that were fighting for our freedoms. It became a national holiday in 1971 as a time to preserve in memory the people that fought for our freedoms. The Bible has some memorial days that God has set up for you and me. An example of that is Exodus chapter 17, when Moses, the children of Israel, were fighting the Amalekites, and the dreaded, hated Amalekites, and God gave them a victory. Remember, Moses went up on that mountain, and as he kept his hands lifted up, the battle was won. And there he had Aaron and Hur helping prop up those hands. And next thing you know, God allowed Joshua to defeat the Amalekites. After the victory was won, the Lord said unto Moses, "Write this for a memorial in a book and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua." And rehearse it in the ears of Joshua. He said, hey, write this down so we can preserve the memory of the victory that I gave you. Moses, you don't want to forget what I've done for you. You don't want to forget the victory over the Amalekites. You need to preserve this memory. By the way, you and I, if we're not careful, we forget some things, just like this cemetery has been forgotten. You know, can you think with me for a moment? Sometimes we think about being saved. You were saved by the blood of the crucified one. And, you know, after you've been saved a few years, you forget the joy of salvation, knowing that you're going to heaven when you die. Sometimes we forget about the precious gift of life. Life is precious. Your life is precious. And, it's so important for us to preserve that memory that God gave us life. Do you remember the time past you were going through some difficult times and you cried out to God for help? Do you remember that? And then God took care of some things, and you need to preserve those memories of answered prayer. This cemetery has been forgotten. By the way, it's easy to forget. And I want you to stop this weekend, right now, stop and try in your brain to remember back God's goodness. Memorial Day is this Sunday at the Chesapeake Baptist Church. Hope you come and hear as I open up God's Word and remind us of how good God is. God bless you. We'll see you soon.